LinkedIn Helper endorsing your contacts. If you value your LinkedIn profile as an asset, you should continually try to improve that profile and that standing on the platform. Two of the ways you can do that is number one, recommendations. Number two, endorsements. Best way to get recommendations is just to ask for them. Best way to get endorsements is to go ahead and initiate endorsing the other side first, and they usually reciprocate from their side. So let's go over to LinkedIn. And of course, we've got our LinkedIn helper pop up. And you've got your navigation bar. Always, you want to make sure that you're navigating to the correct task. And you can see right here about the sixth or seventh one, endorse my contacts. When you click that, of course, it's going to give you a tutorial. You exit out of that. Just like anything else that we've created here, if we have an existing list that we want to add to, it'll be there. If we don't, and we want to create a new list, create new right here. Now, when you're endorsing people, it's not necessary for those lists to be as specific as the other task. For me, I like putting my people and my connections in certain types of folders. So I just continue to label them as I would in any other task. So I'm going to create an entrepreneur folder. Now that I've got the list created, what I need to do, just like for collect, select, and invite second and third, I've got to collect contacts for endorsing. Now, if this was just a general list, doesn't really matter. Since I've named it entrepreneur, I want to go to my search bar and make sure that I'm putting the appropriate people into that list. So I'm going to search for entrepreneur. Of course, I'm going to look for people. Now I want to look at my first connections, apply that. And we keep it in the US. Most all my connections are US based. Apply that. Now we've got entrepreneurs who are first connections. We've got our list. Just like when we collect for inviting purposes, we're going to collect these contacts, but this time for endorsement purposes. We click the blue, collect, and it's going to start to go ahead and collect these profiles to put into our list. And just like when you collect profiles from second and third connections for inviting, it'll keep track here. What I like to do with all my lists when I create them is just go through and run and collect a number of profiles so I don't have to come back and revisit the same task each day. So if I collect 500, 600 first connections in here, you know, that's 8, 9, 10 days worth of tasks for endorsement purposes. For this tutorial video, we're only going to collect, you know, about 60 because that's the daily limit they suggest that you abide by. You can see we're at 30 right now. So when it gets up to 60, we'll stop this. But like I said, if you're doing this and creating a list for the purposes of using it over a period of time, it's probably best to collect a lot of profiles at once. And that's one less thing you have to do as far as the task per day. So we're at 40 right now. And then I'm going to show you, it's easiest just to go ahead and leave some of the filters as is. But you can do whatever you would like and specify whatever you would like in the endorsement category. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stop right here. We've collected about 60 contacts that are entrepreneurs, that are first connections, and we put them in the entrepreneur list for endorsement purposes. Now, we've collected our profiles. Now we can go to the action, which is to endorse. And you can see right here, about 60 endorsements every 24 hours is what they recommend that you abide by. So I stick to that. Now the endorsement mode, you can endorse for all, you can endorse for first, specified. I go with the first 3 because when you go to somebody's profile, the top 3 are there. That's what I'm looking to endorse them for. Click on the green button and it's going to start going through and endorsing our contacts. And just like every one of our other tasks, there's slight timeout periods to mimic human activity. And we'll let this circle through 1 or 2 just to show you. And we are endorsing Patty at the moment. Now, once this has been endorsed, you can see my contacts. Just like every other one of our tallies, you have what's in the queue, how many's been actually accomplished, and what's left to do, or what's been done in the current period. Just like the other tasks, there's timeout periods in between the profiles. This one's a little bit over a minute, but I think you get the general idea. Next, you'll go to the next profile, pull it up, endorse the first three. But like I said, you can specify whatever type of endorsement parameters you would like. And like we talked about in the very beginning of this, endorsements are a great way to beef up your profile, stand apart, and really show your level of expertise or your level of influence in certain categories. The more that you endorse people, the more they will endorse you. So once again, endorsements are best initiated by your side to get them coming back your way. And the recommendations, you need to ask for those.